demonstration of using subflows in FloData. Watch and learn how using the subflow step in FloData is fast, simple, and requires only a few minutes. Let's begin by making our initial subflow. We'll start under the transformations by selecting a mapping input transformation. Once we put that onto the grid, we're going to make two variables, a and b, and make them both integers. Save this step, and now we're going to connect that to a calculator step. We're going to make this a sum where we add two variables, a and b. We're going to set field a as a, field b as b, and the value type as an integer. Now we'll have our mapping output specification step, which will save this whole flow essentially into one final variable. So now we save this flow. Now we'll exit out and create our main flow, which will contain our subflow. We'll start with the generate rows step. We'll set the limit to 1, and we'll put two variables down here, number 1 and number 2. We'll make them both integers and set their values at 40 and 70. Now, under this mapping sub-transformation, we will call that original subflow here, where it will enact our operations. Under flow, we will select our subflow. You can search here for it. And then select your subflow. And then we want to inherit all the variables from our parent flow. And now under input, we will select the generate rows as our input source step. And the mapping target will be addition input. Now, under output, we will have our mapping source step as addition output, and the target will be our write to log, meaning that it will display the final results on our write to log. At the bottom of input, we can see field mapping. We simply need to map num1 to A and num2 to B. And now we can save this, and we can finally put our write to log in, which will simply hold the two numbers and our sum field. Now we can save this flow, and we can run it. Now we want to make sure that we are running the second flow, not the subflow. If you run the subflow, nothing will happen. We want to make sure that we are running the second flow. The flow has been completed. Let's review the logs. As we can see, our first flow ran and it was completed. And we can see that it took the input, it went to the calculator, and then saved it in the output. Now if we come into our main flows logs, we can see num1 and num2, and added together, they equal our sum of 110. Thank you for watching. For more information, send us your queries at info@flodata.io or call us at 209-755-6464.